everybody, my name is Cheri. Welcome to my stamp studio. I was a little bit MIA last week. I thought I was having an allergy thing last Monday, and Monday evening it turns out that I had pretty high fever and I was knocked out for the entirety of the week. So I'm feeling better, not all the way well, but I am much better today. So it was literally a week that I was down for the count. So I'm back. I had moved my in-person camp from Friday to today. And so on Saturday, I threw together 6 projects for them. One was a kit from some new kits, and 5 are, they got a sneak peek. I'm not having an in-person camp in May because I won't be here. So they got to do some new projects from the new catalog. So, because normally in a new catalog month, we'd have new catalog projects, right? So they got a little bit of a sneak peek, which also then leaves me 5 projects to film. I'm going to try to get them knocked out today and tomorrow. And then I have club that will go in the mail this afternoon. And then I'm going to get working on my Try It class. This is one of the new kits, and it is available now for purchase. I don't remember the name of it, but it's so much fun. If you're on my email list, I'll put it in today's email so you can see it there. But the gold foiling on the envelopes and on the cards is just super pretty. This whole card is gold foiled. You can see that it's popped up on there. And then it has a lot of stamping on it. So the images on this have been stamped as well. I'm going to try to make it through this video without coughing, but maybe take some creative editing to keep it out. Now this is the first project that you've seen from my Try It class that's coming up this May. It is probably, I'm going to close registration at the end of the week. I'm not sure, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, around that time period. It's getting very close to my traditional full number. And I'm not going to let it get as high as I normally allow that many people in, because logistically I need to keep it a little bit less so we know that we have time to get the materials for it cut. So be watching for me to close it. If you intend to register, I would get registered sooner rather than later, because once it's closed, no plea for help will help let me let you in. So be watching for that. And if you're on my email list, or you can go to my website to find out more information about that. I will probably do one more video, one where I feel like I can talk a little bit better to tell you a little bit more about that. Most of my catalogs have gone out. So April, March thank you gifts, club ones will go out today. And then the rest of you who have ordered from me, yours will go out tomorrow. If you don't have tracking by Wednesday or Thursday of this week and you thought you needed a catalog, or that I should have sent you one, it could have been that I somehow accidentally deleted you in some of my spreadsheets. So just let me know, and I'm happy to stick it in the mail to you. So by Wednesday, you should have tracking. If you don't, let me know and I'll get you one in the mail then. Okay, I went to get a drink because I left my cup on the other table. And while I was over there, I'm like, well, you left your dies over there too. So I wasn't going to get very far without standing up for this card anyways. This is a fun card. I'm going to use, this is a really clever new bundle. It's called Timeless Arrangements. And I love that in this catalog, I don't have to remember what the dies are anymore, because now if a stamp set is called something and it has coordinating dies, they're called the same thing. So Timeless Arrangements stamps, and then the dies, and I'll show you a little bit more how they work. There's a ton of dies, and I can't open the catalog, so I can't show you exactly all of them, but there's a ton more than what I'm using. So I'll show you those in a minute. And then I'm going to use some new colors. But the fun thing about this card is I'm going to use some retiring stuff that is still available and still isn't on clearance. So one of the things I'm using is this beautiful paper. I'm really sad that it's leaving. It comes in 6x6. You get both colors in the pack, and I think we used it at camp. I think it was $3.60, around that price point, and you get both colors. And it's a generous little pack. It's not like you get 1 or 2 sheets, you get a lot. We're using the champagne rhinestones. They are on clearance, and I'm sad that they're going. We talked at camp, and I'll hit a little bit more, that I tend to like things that can go kind of 2 ways on what colors they are. And the champagne rhinestones are one of those things. They can be pink, they can be gold, they can be champagne, and they can be rose gold. And I like that they kind of change according to what you have them paired with. And then we're going to use some new colors. So, and then we're using the shimmer white cardstock. Guys, I can't believe it's leaving. And this will probably be the last thing I use it on. Not on sale. And I am going to keep mine. I'm probably going to buy a couple more packs for it. Because if I make a wedding card, I mean, I just love it. I don't know what they were thinking. Like whoever decided that that's getting the axe, shame on you. Because it's just beautiful. So let's get going on this card. So let's do a little bit of stamping first. I'm going to use the new Moody Mauve. I'm going to use Pebble Path and Wild Wheat. So our card's going to be Moody Mauve. And then I have a 4 by 5 1/4 shimmery white. And then just a little piece here to do some stamping on. And it's also shimmer white. I'm going to do my stamping, the images and words, and Pebbled Path. It's like a darker, I think it's a dark gray granite. It's kind of its stamping color buddy. And I'm going to use the You Make Me Smile. This stamp set, Timeless Arrangements, has a bunch of like sentiment builders. So you can kind of build sentiments. I'm just going to use one straight up. And then I'm going to use this size to cut it out. But the dies come in several different versions, maybe 3 or 4 of rectangles, squares. And then I picked this flower. But again, there's other versions of flowers and leaves in this set. So let's run all these pieces through and I'll show you then how they kind of work. So I am going to do this for you. Sometimes I just cut things off to the side. Oh, and this looks like ones that we've used. Yes, I can see all the things that have gone through for clubs. So it's a little bit dirty. I don't think it'll matter on this one. So first, let's just do this one. So here's this. And again, this comes in different sizes. So we'll get the You Make Me Smile. I should put this one on first because it matters more. And that'll just get our flowers. Don't move. And we did Queen Bee bundle. So you can see all the Queen Bee things that got cut out of this. Card Club. Card Club doesn't normally go out till the 26th of the month, and I don't know what today is. I've lost track of everything, but I know it's not even close to the 26th, but it is going out this afternoon. Got half the labels printed yesterday. I'm gonna do the other half, and then my mom fell over the weekend because when it rains, it pours around here. Literally, so I've made her dinner last night. So when my husband gets home, we're gonna drop everything at the post office, and then run her some dinner. Now these, you can see they have lines, and then they have staggered floral designs. And then these are cut, the paper 6 by 6, so these are cut 2 by 6. So on this one, you have to we'll figure out which one it goes on best. That one might not be quite 2, because some of these were scraps from past projects. So I'm going to angle this on here. And then I want 2 golds and a pink, or 2 pinks and a gold. It doesn't matter. This paper's all retiring, so it is what it is. It's going to be gone. I think I'm going to do 2 golds. So you can see, again, they have staggered flowers, and this is not all of them. There are more of them in the die bundle. And normally if I was doing something like this, I would show you all of them. But because I just did it for camp, I just pulled everything literally off I keep them on magnet boards at camp so they can just pull off the dies they're using. And I don't have the fold thing sitting here. Now, normally they would pull right out of any other paper really easily, except this paper kind of reminds me kind of like a fiber in it. So it's not that it's stuck in here, it's just stuck because this paper has like lines in it. So just pull those out. I'll get these out. All right, so those are popped out. Oh, I guess I didn't get these in the middle, which, sometimes I leave them. I think I'll get these 2 out for interest. You can look over at my other card now, and I see that I did opposites of the rose and the gold. There we go. All right, let's do a little bit of stamping and coloring. This card comes together pretty quickly. It was a pretty quick camp. I just love this paper. I'm so sad it's leaving. So we're done with the pebbled path. Let's start with the wild wheat. I love this color, but it's right in my zone of favorite colors. Browns, greens, oranges, those are my colors. So I know not all of you love them, but I'll make you at least be able to work with them and make them look really good in your art if they're not your colors. Because I have to do that with pinks. And I like blues, but they're not my colors. But obviously I can make them. That was a fuzzy. I don't know why I had to flip my card over. It wasn't making it dirty. It's because I'm talking. So this little fun little circly thing has kind of, I think, like a mid-century modern feel to it, as does the wild wheat. So I'm going to stamp, and then I'm going to kind of stamp off until it kind of disappears. So do that a couple of times. You always want to start kind of on a hole, because you can see as you go off the edge, then the next time those will be darker, the ones that didn't quite hit. So get one here. Now this time I'm going to grab my little tag, and then I'm just going to do, not on top of my words, but just towards the edges, so it gets a little bit light circles on there. Do it one more time. Can't have too much mid-century modern. And then you will need to clean this, because we're going to go to the Moody Mauve, and you don't want the wild wheat on your new Moody Mauve pad. Sometimes if you've stamped most of the color off, it won't matter, but you don't want this yellowy brown. Right? Don't you think wild wheat's yellowy brown? I do, but in a minute, and look, yellowy brown, maybe a tinge of gold. Remember I said I like colors, like those champagnes that kind of can play as more than one. Like Lost Lagoon. Is it blue? Is it green? Is wild wheat yellow? Is it brown? Or maybe it's got a tinge of green. We're going to use it as a green in a minute. It kind of has that khaki green feel to it. Moody Mauve kind of can be pink. It can kind of be a purple, maybe, if you need it to be. To me, it says I'm sitting in my 1980s bedroom. I'm going to go over here once I do a full strength. Let's do a full strength. You don't want to, all of your full strengths, don't put them together. So make sure you kind of balance those out. Just going to get a couple. I don't have any over here because of the way my scrap paper's laying. And you don't want this to be too terribly busy. So that should be good. That's a fun piece of paper. Isn't that fun? So now I'm going to take my Wink of Stella. You can tell that I was going to do it. And we're going to go back over here. And I don't want to introduce another color. I'm good with the color palette. So we have Pebbled Path, we have Moody Mauve, and we have Wild Wheat. So I don't know if you can see it. You're going to have to get the wild wheat so you can see it up close, right? It has a green tinge to it. It's got that kind of khaki green. My favorite pair of summer shorts. They're getting a little old now. Look, you can even see it here. See, it has that green tinge. So it's going to stand in perfectly well for what tiny bit of leaf there is on here. So just grab it with my Stella. And for one last time, until they're forced to bring it back because of the public outrage that they took away our shimmery white cardstock. Just going to add a little bit of that. And I can tell there's a little piece right here that didn't pop out. There we go. But look, it has the fun, and now it can be a yellow, it can be a green, and it can be a tinge of brown if you need it to be. See, if you put it over here, it can, I love colors, but look, it can also be a gold. I like to be able to work with my colors and kind of play around with them, and you get that with that wild wheat. I would love to know what you think right now your favorite new color is, and then come back to me in 6 months and tell me what your most surprisingly favorite color. It may not end up being your favorite color, but what color you find out 6 months from now that you find yourself reaching for that you didn't think you'd ever reach for at all. Because that happens. I didn't know that I would like Pebbled Path when I first saw them. I thought, well, that's a fun new brown. But it gives this a nice soft look that if you stamped it in black would be much harsher. So there we have just a little bit of that. Now, let's see how these fun new dies work. You're going to take your rectangle. Now, this will work on any of the frames that come in here. I'm going to flip this over. I am going to use my Seal Plus because last time I did this videoed, which has been a hot minute now, my seal wasn't here. Now it's downstairs. I carried about 70% of my camp stuff up. I do my camps in my office. There's not hardly room for 2 people in here, let alone a camp. So this one I'm going to use first because it goes around a bend. And I put my adhesive at the top of this design. So take this one. I don't want to see the strip. Now, sometimes you might want to. And as we work with these more, I'm sure there will be times when we want to. This one I don't want to. Although this one's pretty because it's sparkly. But I just want to see these flowers. They don't have to be perfectly straight. But now you've added all those flowers and they are around a bend and nice and straight. I'm going to add another little section here of adhesive. And the Seal Plus is going to work fabulously well. I'm going to put that right there and that right there. And then one more little bit of adhesive. And this time you're going to see again that I'm going to fill in. And this is going to go off the end just a little tad. But it doesn't matter because y'all own a pair of snips, right? Scissors somewhere. Look how cool that is. And we didn't even have to look at the front of our thing because all we did was look back here to see where we needed to fill in some flowers. And we got that. So let's take our card. I'm going to use a little snip of ribbon. Nobody got very much at camp because I need to save all of my ribbon for my Try It class. Stampin' Up! Just doesn't let demonstrators buy very much ahead of time. And this time because I need it all so we'll be able to leave the country. My daughter's going to be able to come over to stay at our house and use all the stuff that I could order after I needed all of the stuff. I think she's going to do a craft fair, a strawberry festival. And our kittens get spoiled when she comes to stay with them. So flip that over. So this is the new in color ribbon. It will come in all of the new colors. So that's the mauve. Put this one here. This video would have taken 10 minutes less if I hadn't been coughing and have to go back and edit all the coughs out. I hate it. And right now it's not even like a bad cough. It's that awful scratchy thing you get after you've been not feeling well. Just the scratch in your throat cough. And it happens all night long, so I have slept probably a total of 2 hours the last several nights because I can't go to sleep because of the coughing. So we have that. So just flip this little guy over. That was like so super easy to make. And timeless arrangements for those of you that have gotten your catalog, because at camp they'd gotten theirs in the mail, but they hadn't noticed it because it's not a bundle. So it's not like it's one of, sometimes the non-bundle things don't catch your attention the first couple of times through. Add those to that. That'll help keep that last layer on that was just stuck, although I use Seal Plus. So it's pretty stuck on there. Add this here. Did I lose my flower? There we go. Make that kind of be even there. And then another retiring item that I'm super sad about, on sale, champagne rhinestones. Are they pink? Are they champagne? are they gold? Well, on this card, you can kind of have it be everything, and it will kind of pick it up as you turn. Now they're retiring, and because I think embellishment should be celebrated by being on a card and not be hiding in a drawer, we're going to do 7. Maybe if I can pick them up. One, 2, 3. You could even do more than 7 because that card could stand it. So now I'll go back and show you how many words. And here's the flower that we use. There's so many more dies, but look at all the words that you can pick and different variations of what you can say. Here's my other one. I have more gold and less pink because I just did it opposite. Not real happy with this. So I'm gonna change it. You don't have to ever stick with what you pull that off of there. I don't like the dimensional on this. Another good use for your take your pick tool. So if you have your catalog, I'm sorry for those of you who haven't gotten it out yet. I tried. I had so many big plans for last week, and then I just sat there, and there's nothing worse than when you have stuff scheduled on your days than to just sit there. My daughter did get a lot done for me. So, and my husband did all of club, so I didn't touch any of the club stuff. He packed up all of the packets. But there's nothing worse than sitting there and thinking of all the stuff that you should be doing and just can't. I don't even know what I was saying. Something about looking at, oh, there are, check out the new accessories for the Take Your Pick. That's what I was going to say. There you go. So here's more pink, more gold. Otherwise, pretty much the same. Imagine this. You could make, I love making gift sets of cards. So here it is in the Moody Mauve with this. You could do other sayings in other colors. Get this paper while it's on sale because you can just have the gold and do all the other sayings and just other flowers and then switch up the colors and the other in colors and make those as gift sets for family and friends for their birthdays or upcoming for Christmas. And then come back later this week. Hopefully my voice clears as the week goes, although I'm going to try to record most of it by the end of tomorrow. So you may be stuck with this. Everybody have a great one, and I missed you. I'll catch you back here later. Bye.